Well, government, as part of efforts to reduce the high unemployment rate, is seeking to retool the various national vocational and technical training institutes with facilities to help train more students to be self-employed. NVTI Director Stephen Bismarck-Asamoah indicated that as a first step, government will provide soft loans to graduates of vocational and technical training institutes to enable them set up their own businesses.
Under the retooling project, 4 vocational and technical training institutes will be given an extra facelift to make their facilities friendly to the disabled.
This project is being implemented in 4 different vocational and technical training institutes. That is St. Mary's Vocational Institute in Nasamankese, Baobab Children Foundation at Kisi, Evangelical Vocational Training Center at Alabanyo Peme, and New Century Career Training Institute in Accra, Dansoman. So basically it means that we are opening up the school to make it able to admit all forms of people with disability, especially people with physical disability.
Deputy Director of the Special Schools Division of the Ghana Education Service, Anthony Otta, said government should take another look at the challenges confronting the various special schools.
I must say that the challenges are quite enormous, but disability cannot wait. All hands must be on deck to give every child, including those with disabilities, the chance to go to school.
The NVTI director highlighted the importance of vocational and technical training to national development and called on the citizenry not to look down on persons who take up such vocations.
Vocational training is not just for the JHS people. Vocational training is for everybody who wants to have a skill for either self-employment or even changing jobs. You want to move from one skill to another. You go to a vocational train yourself for a period, then you move on. It is open to graduates at all levels, especially those who want to move from the academic to sort of the skill-related employments.
He mentioned some government interventions aimed at making technical training more attractive to all.
We are going to look at demand-driven skill. We are going to carry out all the necessary surveys and interaction with industry and make sure that the programs we are going to offer henceforth are very relevant and responsive. Train our people very well. Add all the general things they will need, general skills like entrepreneurship, like business management, and even ethics and attitudes. Then we'll set them up in cooperatives so that we register them, then we help them source funding.
Students who completed their training this year will benefit from the loan scheme, which is expected to be piloted this year in the Greater Accra region.
Deputy Minister for Water Resources, Works and Housing, Vincent Oppong-Asamoah, has called for the imposition of taxes on polythene bags to help reduce environmental pollution. Speaking at the 2nd Ghana Water Treatment Conference and Exhibition in Accra, he also called on Ghanaians to help protect water bodies.
The quality of water in the country has seen a consistent decline due to a number of factors such as defecation, indiscriminate waste disposal and illegal mining in water bodies. The 2nd Ghana Water Treatment Conference and Exhibition was therefore to discuss best practices, policies and programs for sustainable water treatment systems.
There are a lot of people with great ideas and we need to put them together to discuss issues, most especially with the challenges in the water industry, so that out of the people that are coming here together to discuss this issue, we have very technical people who have solutions in their minds and want to share with the stakeholders in the industry.
Among the several technologies developed to treat the water exhibited included a locally made filter from clay, which developers say was relatively cheaper for the average Ghanaian.
Water that comes through our pipes, you and I know that it's not wholesome. I mean, you store it, the following day you see, sediments. But if you use our filter, the water is drinkable. You don't need pure water, you don't need bottled water. It gives you refined water, really filtered water. So I think our filters should be preferred more than, imported ones which go for, big price. Ours is only 50 cedis.
The Deputy Minister for Water Resources, Works and Housing said government will continue to partner the private sector to sensitize Ghanaians on the need to treat water before drinking. He also said that there was a need to reduce the pollution of water by polythene bags through the imposition of taxes on them.
Because polythene bags are so cheap, you go to market and they are given to you free, because virtually we don't pay anything for polythene bag. But if you impose so much tax on polythenes so that we decide to recycle, I support it, because you get a polythene bag, you go home, you keep it very well so that when you are going back, you can use it. But because you buy and they give it to you free, people tend to just throw them away anyhow.
Tovila Water Solutions, spearheading the course to treat every water, has meanwhile trained water treatment technologists to assist households in water treatment.
Now, if you live in Mase in the Bonahafu region of Ghana, some of the rules of this town might not surprise you. Thou shalt not menstruate and mingle with the people, and thou shalt not drink local gin, akpeteshi. Offenders will pay a price of a ram. Thou shalt not commit abortion under any circumstance. Well, these are by no means written laws of Ghana, but rather the rules that govern the people of Mase in the Bonahafu region. Jojo Kopina has more.
Mase is a small community, 20 minutes drive away from Wenchi in the Bonahafu region. The community has many traditional laws and taboos, which at times are stronger or perhaps overrides the constitution of Ghana. If you have a strong appetite for akpeteshi, then Mase is not the place to visit, because if you're caught drunk on akpeteshi, you may not like the consequences.
Here, we don't take akpeteshi. But if you are a native, if you are not a native, close. If you are not a native of Mase, you don't taboo. You can go, when you go to Akete, just kilometers away from Mase, when you go to Akete, they do sell apetesi. You can go and drink apetesi there and come back to Mase. When you caught by taking apetesi, the elders will call you and sit you down. They will sit you down and ask you whether it was an intentionary or what and what. Then maybe a small fine will be put in on you to go and beg with the nananum that by mistakenly, or you went to your friend, by mistakenly you took a petesi, so you beg Nana and others forgive you. It will never happen.
I tried to verify the taboo.
Drinks with me. I didn't know that. I didn't see.
Was it?
I didn't sound competition.
I am pick.
So if you're someone who has a fetish for akpeteshi and you really like akpeteshi, if you're coming to Mase, you're prepared to drink all your akpeteshi because you're not going to get it here in Mase. And that's the woman explained to me. They don't sell. And she wouldn't even tell me why they don't sell.
Akpeteshi has been banned because elders of the community consider the dangers of consuming alcohol of high percentage content. Mase has a police station, but the community hardly contributes to crime statistics in Ghana. This is because the community has its own ways of punishing criminals. Petty stealing attracts the price of a ram. Hence, receiving a police posting to Mase is like taking a vacation.
If you caught by stealing, maybe you pay for a cow and you couldn't pay, then it is there that they have to send you to police.
Sometimes they will fight. One has snatched my boyfriend, yes, and sometimes they will go to a farm and they'll be quarreling, yes. So that's some of the cases we will receive over there.
That is not all. You cannot menstruate and mingle with the people in the community. You either have to stay in a small room till you finish menstruating and not cook for your husband.
wonya aduane ma obi ani bi wo had wo ho kra until 70s and say no ba fie.
Abortion is also not tolerated at all.
Nipadom ne de chichiri kuro. Aha. Na ochina we kwanyin se no we yi ato agu. We nso kwayen we yi ato agu am se kuro no enkwa enmu enchichiri. Na afi nso e basa nso a etim de owuo etimi bre ma ya no mune ade. Aha. Nti eno nso ya ade asebin prayers na nanom mpen wo ye kuro mu ha sei.
We try to find out how women in the community were coping with such laws.
In some of the brave but Nina de mint munya day, mint munka.
The taboos are repressive and will be in bad taste for human rights activists, but the laws arguably hold the community together. Mase is holding on to its taboos of old, and nothing will cause them to change their laws. While clinging to old taboos, they also embrace modern telephony and are calling on network operators to build masts in their community so they can connect with the rest of the country and the world.
Good morning. Okay. Me tell on catch it. Ha network into whom say fry. Nyama na magina baby afra wa. Emma.
Well, so one thing they also allow there at Mase is for procreation to always be something that is always allowed, and pregnancy is also allowed, definitely. Now, talking about pregnancy, induced hypertension and hemorrhage are two killers identified as causes of maternal mortality in Ghana. In an effort to curb the death rates among expectant mothers, the Center for Pregnancy and Childbirth Education has interacted with selected women to educate and sensitize women on the best options of dealing with hypertension during pregnancies.
Hypertensive disorders in pregnancy are the most common medical conditions in pregnancy worldwide. It complicates 10 to 16% of all pregnancies and are directly responsible for 10 to 15% of maternal deaths in many low-income countries. Addressing its impact on the general health and well-being of expectant mothers, the seminar brought together the general public and health practitioners to address hypertension as a major setback to a safe delivery and also educate people on the importance of ensuring a healthier pregnancy. According to the chief executive for the Center for Pregnancy and Childbirth Education, many women die as a result of being ignorant of the dangers involved, hence the need to intensify public education.
We think that the Meet the Practitioners Forum, where we are not just talking about anything, we are bringing in the doctors, and then this is based on our research and our contacts with people who are in the practice, who know what is going on. And so we use the information available, and then we make use of the doctors so that the public can access them easily. So the Meet the Practitioners Seminar is really an opportunity for the public to interact with the doctors and ask them the questions that they've not been able to ask in the hospitals or in the clinics due to the number of people that attend these facilities at the same time as them.
A specialist at the Department of Obstetric and Gynecology at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital urged participants to seek early medical attention before and during pregnancy to address such issues.
Hypertension in pregnancy is so important. It actually affects about 10 to 16% of pregnant women. That's a chunk of pregnant women, and also it's responsible for about 15% of all the deaths of pregnant that occur in pregnant women. And so it is very important that we continuously harp on hypertension in pregnancy, and that is why we advise people that when they are pregnant, they shouldn't wait until they have a problem. Even these days, we are advising that even before people get pregnant, if they plan on having childbirth, they should start attending a clinic where all these parameters like their blood pressures will be assessed, and then if there's a problem, it will be identified and sorted out before they become pregnant.
The Center for Pregnancy and Childbirth Education is an organization which provides information on healthy birth and childcare practices. The center offered a free medical screening on blood pressure, sugar level, BMI for participants at the seminar.
Now, drivers at the New Plant Station in Accra are calling for the relocation of traders doing business at the station as they can no longer compete with them over space. The drivers contend the traders are the cause of the huge congestion at the station.
This is how drivers here at New Plant Station have to struggle daily to park their vehicles or leave the station for their destinations. The parking style of vehicles here clearly reveals a lack of space for drivers to work with. Parking at the shoulders of the streets outside the station has hence become the best option for them, which also causes traffic on the stretch. For drivers here, although they have had to share the space at the station with cargo trucks which take up more space, much of the space has been taken over by traders.
Where we used to park, they are selling food than things there, so we cannot get the parking space because yesterday, where someone is parking, a certain woman came that he has got a problem with the driver. So they went to the police station to lodge a complaint. So right now it is the sellers, they're supposed to go back small for us.
The congestion is about more cars coming here. Formerly, the station, more cars coming to the station. If we could regulate it that those that are not ready to go should park somewhere and then come later, maybe another place, because a car will be going maybe 3 days time, but it's here, you see, accumulating the place. So it would be advisable if those cars that are not ready to go can park at a place and then come back later when they are ready to go. I think that would be the best option. And the second option would be how to create awareness, or I don't know how to say, awareness of what is coming, because they're coming to enlarging the road, you see. So that is going to give us, it's going to take away some of our portion, and it's going to bring more accumulation. So the government should see it and then find a solution to this before it gets out of hand.
Not only do drivers here have to contend with little space, but refuse. Pockets of rubbish are spotted everywhere, posing health risks to workers here. Drivers say the sanitation problem could only improve if dustbins are provided for them from the daily toll of 1 cedi they pay.
Once I hear the name say, "Obi on one another say, we check ticket." And you was on so here. A plan or plan of a human or also for so obeying any a plan on so the big because ticket in a channel. A teaching, you're 2 at the end of 1 cedi, also on the year 5 cedis. And I pray any baby a digu. Very you know, I say a day, you digu and also because you try to get in my.
We don't even have a dustbin in the station. It's a problem. You see, so what would you see us for? No dustbin. You understand? When you eat, you just throw it on the floor. See the place, all scattered. You understand? So I think it's an education, you know. We need to educate people who are ignorant of the fact that what they are doing. So we need to educate them, and then strict measures need to be taken for the money taken from us to be used to do something better. Right.
Well, let's turn our attention to some of the stories. As fish become scarce through overfishing, local fishermen often resort to the use of poisonous chemicals like cyanide or pesticides to bring in their catch. Those who use trawlers on the high seas have been known to also use chemicals to preserve their catch, some of which are also harmful to humans. Marian Ture has been engaging fisher folks at Jamestown here in Ghana's capital, a fishing community here, to evaluate methods they use.
Ghanaians love our fish, whether it is fresh, it is dried, it is smoked, or even when it's spoiled. What the heck, we call it momoni and we even love it. But have we considered the wholesomeness of the fish we consume? New fishing methods apparently are actually poisoning the fish that we consume. I am here at the Jamestown beach to find out the fishing methods these fishermen use and how it impacts the wholesomeness of the fish. Richard Badu Yate, a fisherman in Jamestown, educates us on the types of fishing methods some fishers employ and their effects on consumers.
no aya lebi aya gokan
about 4 o'clock.
Amit Lagas, who has been in the fishing business for the past 35 years, explains how to tell fresh fish from rotten ones.
Fresh. White she guys said walk sure and nakafte wo kako bote chichemi about 4 fe ba fetu no de chef te ko bi ane wo lo poni fite ye bi ane lo fresh obanyo ko nde anye no kwa boni lo eyo ona bi ane ke nye no ya se ba fresh ona ka onye no ne ke ne ko se fe remodo bi ona ke fresh ka wo ka ba no be ni je ba na ho eta one ka will like Ekubaka one Nakajinu Chumon watch ni on ice test ni Bluffo Chamico no quite man she follow back a wake why ice test Kagalueba no what for a fine can look papa Coca will make a why I say be a caucasian or be an one froze Walker Lue Fite no Chakanya Yabanya Filush Luaka Fite Coca wise me one no as an illusion like Chamae I can Lue ice me look a filush and ye feel a mel about fell and no coniwa. Ona shake after no as an lotion, no more glamour fellow fresh. Ona, walk a left them walk a cock a wise, a low like a look at more home of toy. Launch like a lunch now for ye. Jano ka when coming yam only about Finaka. Winter Mabiaka at the woe, being ye a look being ye. Ni sani loe ahi wo no dani ka ke ba bi ene still obanyo ye be nye jo dani ba fite oh my chombo wole be tuchu kwa loye wakate no 2 days no abashena na low bed wakate 3 days anya yo ochi 6 days alo 5 days dani aba 5 days ele lu fte ajaka ma me fe no ko ame fe nga ke lu wolele mi ba fte wa ma me pa de ka so mo fridge ya de ka lele me ni ya cho je fe waka me shalu no aka wo ice me ka shalu no aka wo ice waka ji aka wo ice me lu fi of fine tomboni oba ile bi antodu no wonu ele fite mo gbe no we lele ji so tete we lagas ji me ni ya yo chi we go ka mo ya no neighbor agbeni we polilele ya no neighbor.
Well, MPP's 2012 presidential candidate Nana Akufo-Addo turned 70 years over the weekend. Friends, family and party members converged at his Nima residence to celebrate him. His third daughter, Jankroma Akufo-Addo, described his father as a gift to the family.
It was a full house. Friends, family, loved ones and party faithfuls all adorned in party colors and white clothing to celebrate with Nana Addo.